There's a scandal happening right now in the NBA that could void a superstar's contract, cost a billionaire owner millions of dollars, and blow up a trade that's already been agreed to. And most fans have no idea what's actually going on because every article about it is buried in legal terms like salary cap circumvention and arbitration. So, let's break it down in plain English. This is the Kawhi Leonard scandal, and it's about to change the Clippers forever. Okay, here's the simple version before we get into the details. The NBA has a salary cap, a limit on how much a team can pay its players. It exists so rich owners can't just outspend everybody and buy championships. Every team has to play by the same rules. The accusation against the Clippers is this, that owner Steve Ballmer found a sneaky way to pay Kawhi Leonard extra money, millions of dollars, outside of his actual contract, through a company that had basically nothing to do with basketball. If true, that's not just bending the rules, that's the exact thing the salary cap exists to prevent. So who's this mystery company at the center of all this? Aspiration was a sustainability startup. They marketed themselves as a green banking company, helping people and businesses offset their carbon footprint. Back in 2021, Clippers owner Steve Ballmer personally invested $50 million into the company. Around the same time, Aspiration became a massive sponsor of the Clippers, agreeing to a deal reportedly worth up to $300 million, including naming rights tied to the team's new arena, the Intuit Dome. On paper, that's just a normal sponsorship. The rich owner invests in a company, and the company sponsors his team. Happens all the time. Here's where it gets messy. A few weeks after that sponsorship was announced, Kawhi Leonard signed a brand new contract extension with the Clippers. 4 years, $176 million. Then, several months later, Kawhi's own company, a corporation called KL2 Aspire, signed a separate deal directly with Aspiration. 4 years, $28 million for Kawhi to endorse the company. Sounds normal so far, right? Star athletes sign endorsement deals all the time. Except, according to reporting from journalist Pablo Torre, who says he reviewed the actual internal documents, there's no evidence Kawhi ever did anything for that deal. No commercials, no social media posts, no public appearances, nothing. Former Aspiration employees told Torre it was what's called a no-show job, meaning Kawhi got paid millions of dollars for a job that, as far as anyone can tell, he never actually did. And it doesn't stop at $28 million. Reports later surfaced that there was a second, secret deal, another $20 million in company stock, bringing the total up to roughly $48 million. Here's the part that made this go from weird endorsement deal to full-blown scandal, the actual money trail. According to Torre's reporting, in the same week Kawhi signed his endorsement deal, the Clippers sent Aspiration millions of dollars for something called carbon credits, essentially the team paying to offset its environmental impact. Then, just months later, the team's own chief financial officer confirmed another multi-million-dollar investment into the company for more carbon credits. The allegation is that this money didn't just disappear into environmental projects. It allegedly helped keep Aspiration afloat long enough to make its payments to Kawhi, meaning, in simple terms, that Clippers money may have been the actual source funding Kawhi's endorsement paycheck the whole time. If that's true, it's not an endorsement deal at all. It's the team paying its own player through a middleman, dressed up to look like a business transaction. And here's the twist that makes this whole thing even messier. Aspiration wasn't even a legitimate company to begin with. One of its co-founders, Joe Sandberg, was later arrested and pleaded guilty to wire fraud, accused of defrauding investors out of hundreds of millions of dollars. The company collapsed into bankruptcy in early 2025, and buried in that bankruptcy paperwork was a list of creditors Aspiration still owed money to, including Kawhi's own company, which the filings say was still owed $7 million. So Ballmer's defense has essentially been, "I got conned too." He said publicly that he was embarrassed he didn't catch the fraud, and that the people running Aspiration conned him just like they conned everyone else. Maybe that's true about the company's finances, but it doesn't explain why Kawhi got paid $28 million for a job nobody can find any evidence he did. So where does this leave us right now? The NBA hired an outside law firm, Wachtell Lipton, to formally investigate whether the Clippers broke the rules. That investigation has already dragged on for close to a year, and according to the latest reporting, it could stretch all the way into 2027 before there's a final resolution, especially if the Clippers in the league can't agree on what the punishment should even be. And it's not just about the past anymore, it's actively blocking the present. Remember the blockbuster trade sending Kawhi back to Toronto, the Raptors? That deal is completely frozen. Both teams have publicly confirmed it can't be finalized until this investigation wraps up, because nobody knows if Kawhi's contract is even going to still exist by the time the ink would dry. Let's talk about what happens if the NBA decides the Clippers actually did this on purpose. Under the league's rules, the commissioner has the power to void player contracts entirely if a team is found to have circumvented the cap. On top of that, the Clippers could be hit with fines up to $7.5 million, forced to forfeit draft picks, and any team executive involved could be suspended for up to a full year. Think about that. This isn't a slap on the wrist. This is a punishment severe enough to blow up a roster that's already trying to rebuild around a completely different core. Here's what makes this scandal different from a normal trade rumor or contract dispute. This one isn't really about basketball at all. It's about whether one of the league's richest owners used a fake green company as a workaround to buy his own championship roster. If the NBA proves it, this becomes one of the biggest scandals in modern league history, right up there with anything involving tampering or cap violations we've ever seen. If they don't prove it, the Clippers walk away having survived nearly 2 years of one of the most public investigations any franchise has ever faced. Either way, until this gets resolved, nobody, not the Clippers, not the Raptors, not Kawhi himself, actually knows what next season even looks like. So that's the Kawhi Leonard scandal, explained as simply as it gets. A sponsorship deal, a bankrupt green company, and a money trail that could cost the Clippers everything. Question for the comments: do you think the Clippers actually broke the rules on purpose, or is Steve Ballmer telling the truth that he got conned? Drop your take below. And if you want to stay updated the second this investigation gets a ruling, subscribe, because this story is far from over.